Hello everybody, this is Celesta Matthews and today we are going to see our 7th experiment in System Software and Compiler Lab, which is the predictor parser. Okay, now parsers are basically of two types. First is the top-down parser and the second is the bottom-up parser. The top-down parser is also called as the recursive descent parser, and they are again classified into two others. First one is your backtracking and the second one is without backtracking. And the non-backtracking is again branched into predictive parsers. So this is the parser that we are going to implement today. So let's see how it looks like. Yeah. First, you will have your parsing table as the input. Okay. And inside the parsing table, you can see that E on ID will give a particular production. Okay. So the other places which are left as null, if you come and you have to retrieve the value of it, it means that your string will not be accepted. Okay. So I'm taking this whole table as the input, and the output will look somewhat like this. You have your stack, input and output. Now for the stack, always the bottom value is always $, and the second thing that you have to do is the input that you are giving has to be concatenated with a $. Okay. So now we see E on ID. What is E on ID? Is T produces TE dash. So you have E produces TE dash, and next what I do is I pop this E, I push E dash and I push T. Okay, so you have E dash and T. So next I search for T on ID. So T on ID is T produces FT dash. So I've written that over here. Now I pop T and then I push T dash and F. Now again I have to see F on ID. F on ID is F produces ID. So I have to pop F and I have to push in ID. So now this ID and ID are matching. So what you have to do is you can cut them off. Like this ID has to be popped out and this ID will not be there anymore. So you can see you are starting over here from plus and you are starting over here from T. So at the last, if you get your stack value as only $, then that will be your accepted string. So let's see the program first. Okay, so the basic thing that we need over here is a stack. So I have created a stack with top value as -1, the normal thing that we do in data structure. After that we have the push function and we have the pop function, and I have the display function over here. Now display input string. So this takes the input pointer and the input string as the input, and it displays the whole input string. Now you have exchange. This is used when you have to print the output over there, and then if they are matched, then you have to pop them out and all those things. So okay, that's for that. Now we come on to the main method. We take the input for the number of variables and the number of terminals. We create a parsing table, and then we ask the user to enter the transition table, and it will go on in the loop over here. Okay, after that the transition table is printed out over here. Now the first thing that has to be pushed into the stack is always $. Then I'll ask the user to enter the input string. Once the input string is entered, you have to concatenate it with $and a dot, because I'll be separating it based on dot. Okay, so over here again you have a string tokenizer which separates the input string based on the dot. Now we have asked the user to enter the starting symbol. Once that is done, that is pushed inside. Now I will ask the user to display. Okay, so displaying in the sense the stack will be displayed. Now you have your input, stack, input and output. After that, till I don't get the stack top as $, I have to continue this loop. Now if my stack top is equal to the token that I have, the first token, that is if ID and ID match, then they have to be taken out, right? So I have the display, then I am displaying the input string, and then I am popping it out, popping the value out, that is the ID value is popped out. And then if token.compare to ID is equal to 0, then I have to increment the input pointer, that is input pointer is pointing towards the first value of the input, so I have to increment that. Otherwise I have to increment it by 2 only if it's ID. Okay. In the next part, what I am doing is that I have the parsing table over here. So now this is the state when those two things don't match, and then you have to get the values from the parsing table. So this is that case. Now I will search in the parsing table for that particular value. Now if I find that value over here, I will again display it. Okay, after that I'll display the input pointer. Now inside the parsing table, if I have null, then I have to print that the string cannot be accepted. If not, then I have to print the value at that particular point in the parsing table, that's the production over there, and then I have to pop one value and then exchange in the sense whatever value we are getting at the parsing table ij, that value will be passed to the exchange, and then it will be pushed inside in the reverse order. Okay, that's what we have to do over here. And then you break. Now if my stack top is equal to dollar after I come out of the loop, if it is equal to dollar, then I have to display, and then I'll print out \t. I'll display the input string that I have left with me, and then I'll display accept. Okay, so that was very simple code. I'll show you the output. Here. First we've asked the number of variables, that's 5, number of terminals is 6, and I have given the input over here. This is the whole input, and again you have the parsing table. Next they are asking to enter the input string, so you can see that everything is separated by a dot, and then the input string is concatenated at last with a dollar symbol. Now you can see that the whole thing is same as we saw in the PDF over there. Okay, so at the last we get that the string is accepted. So I hope you understood it. Thank you.